There we go. Now it says I'm live. Now it says I'm live. Wow. That literally took so long. It just kept on circling. Oh, okay, let me get the camera angle right then. Since I'm live now. Okay, now I'm live on YouTube. YouTube is Rock Mercury. Go to Rock Mercury on YouTube. You can share that too. This will live on there as well, especially if it gets, deleted off here. But yeah, we're gonna keep it family friendly and we're going to talk about these topics. I hate that my chair is like squeaking now. It used to not squeak. I must have did something. I don't know. Okay. Well, I got some stuff to say. All right. So let me go ahead and start. Let me turn on, take a little sip of this tea, and we can get started. Uh, as you know, each topic, we're going to go 10 minutes in. Oh, all right. And all right. Hello, rockers and Mercuryans. Rock Mercury here, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Rock Mercury Show. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I am just I'm in a heightened state right now because I just cannot believe yesterday's VMAs that we got to witness the amazing Queen Nicki Minaj and all that she graced and blessed us with yesterday. So we're going to be discussing a lot of topics, but number one, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of her sons creating what they thought was music, what they thought was dancing, whatever. We'll talk about that. Uh, I burp on her sons. Anyway, and then we're going to discuss Beyonce's concert, the Renaissance concert and festival, her festival Renaissance concert worldwide tour. We're gonna just discuss that a bit too. After that's the third topic, and then the fourth topic, we're going to go into a bit about the Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland. Um, and yeah, in my opinion, my feelings on the whole situation as a Rick and Morty fan. So those are going to be the topics today. Whew, it's going to be interesting, but each topic we're going to go in 10 minutes. So thank you guys for being here. I know it's taken a while. It's been over like a week and a half since episode 4. I'm going to try to keep it more consistent. My goal is to do it every day in the weekday. And then, maybe take the weekends off. Ooh, the baby's awake. Baby's awake. um, so I'm going to go ahead and start this. I have a 10-minute timer, so I will be discussing each topic for exactly 10 minutes and then go to the next topic because TikTok allows 10-minute videos. So that's what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be then. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. But first, I want to talk about one of our sponsors that I'm so grateful for, Digital Estate Media. Thank you so much, Digital Estate Media, for sponsoring this segment. Digital Estate Media is partners with Wix and will be happy to support you in your branding needs. They design top of the line websites, top of the line advertisement material, whether it's commercials, photo shoots, product images, direction for your marketing and branding consulting, all those types of things. Digital Estate has your back on that. So check out Digital Estate Media on my website, rockmercury.com. There's a tab for partners. You can reach them on there, or you can go straight to Digital Estate Media. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. So first off, let me go ahead and start this timer right now. Nicki Minaj hosted the VMAs. That's our first topic today. First topic is Nicki Minaj hosted the VMAs, and dang, did she host it right? Did she host it right? Yes, she did. Um, she came with it. She came with a look. She looks sickening, first of all. So, first of all, bow down to the queen. Let's just have a moment of bowing down to the queen. Nicki Minaj gets so much disrespect from the industry and from her sons, which we'll talk about in the next topic. A few of her sons. There's a lot of sons that Nicki has, but there's a couple of them that are just like very disrespectful, and I want to talk about that too. But right now, I just want to praise the queen for her sickening looks, for her eloquent way of handling herself on this, international state. I mean, MTV is pretty huge, so it's amazing that they had that she was there looking sickening, performing beautifully. Her voice sounded majestic when she sang her single "Last Time I Saw You." Um, I thought it was just a beautiful performance. And who would have thought that she would have given us an exclusive to a brand new song where she called these bees out. You think you look up to her, but really you look up to me. You look up to me. Like what? She would call them out, and I'm not. I'm not. I'm nothing like you. She's pointing them out, even though I'm sure that some of her sons had left. Some of her sons had left the room because they couldn't handle the heat, couldn't handle the realness. But it didn't matter. Nikki, you look so gorgeous, so sickening. I cannot wait for this new album, Pink Friday 2, coming out on my birthday, November 17th. So y'all better go and check out her album. That's all I'm doing on my birthday. I'll be playing Fortnite and listening to Nicki Minaj on my earphones. You know, depending if she had put out music videos for everything, I may just be having the music videos play on my monitor and just like watching that the whole time. Um, it was just I am so excited for this album, you guys. It is just gonna be a next level experience. Because like we don't get rap album like we just don't get this level of quality and intention the way that Nikki puts together her art pieces that she calls albums. These are art. This is an art. There's intention behind it. There is love and passion behind it, not payola behind it, which we'll talk about in the future for somebody else. Um, but yeah, I just am so grateful that MTV gave her that platform that she deserves. I'm thankful she even agreed to do it because people can give Nikki anything, but unlike these other trash artists out there, Nikki's gonna choose what she wants to be a part of. She's gonna pick and choose what she feels like has matches her level of integrity. And yes, every now and then she is such a kind, loving person that she will do collaborations with people who don't have her best interests at heart. But she learns that lesson and she keeps on moving and she doesn't make the same mistake over and over again with the same people at least. She calls it out and she keeps moving. But I just was looking at her and looking at all the elegance and the work it took to put together all those looks, um all of the way the whole show flowed, the way the show flowed itself, how it put how that all that work and confidence it took to put that kind of show together. And I'm like, how do people disrespect Nicki Minaj? Like she doesn't really come for anybody unless they sent for her. She doesn't come for her unless they talk mess about her or like, they come for her in that kind of way. And then she may come and she may respond in certain ways. But the hate that Nicki Minaj gets is similar to what I talked about with Candace Owens a few episodes ago, where it's just like people don't want a black woman to speak their mind and their truth, in their unfiltered and unaltered mind, and that is where I think some of that hate comes from. Because like when you look at Nicki, how can you hate that? How can you like she just is so much quality, so much excellence. She is the queen of rap, one of the queens of music in general, the queens of pop culture. And I watch her when it comes to her community of the barbs, which I am a barb as well, and the way that she's so hands on with us barbs, the way that she speaks directly to us, and she is as raw as she can be, to a certain extent, because people like the haters and her sons will come and try to take things she says and twist it and try to manipulate it and things like that. So she's lately have been a little bit more careful with the words that she chooses. But I tell you what, she still finds a way to directly connect to her barbs. She knows her barbs by name, the real barbs. She knows us, she supports us, and she makes sure that we are stayed up to date with the top information, like as it should be. Like and as I build my brand as the rockers and Mercuryans that I'm so blessed to have in my community, I want to make sure that I continue to follow in Nicki Minaj's footsteps and nourish my community and make sure that they know that they should have the exclusives. Forget these big blogs and big area. No, your supporters should have the exclusives. It should have that main attention, that one-on-one time. And so I just love that. I'm so happy she's on TikTok going live. I know some people do some shade. I think Corey LeRae had said something about like, oh, people used to say TikTok is trash, whatever, but now they're on there too. Like I thought they're like trying to throw shade. I don't know if that was for Nikki, but Corey LeRae, you better watch what you say, girl, because Nikki blessed you with a verse too. So I don't know. Hopefully there's all love there. I don't know. I like the song Blick Blick with Nicki Minaj. So I don't know what's going on there. But I'm happy that she is on TikTok and getting blessed with lots of gifts. And she got like 10, like was it four? I think it was four different lions she got in a row. I think each lion is worth $400, something like that. I don't even know. But goodness. And so she's getting a lot of love on TikTok. Keep on showing Nikki love. Nothing's gonna stop it, and just shows who the true audience is, the true supporters. And you can't buy that. You can't buy true supporters. Um, I just want to thank Nicki Minaj for doing this VMAs. She could have stayed her rich behind at home and chilled in one of her mansions. But she said, you know what? Let me bless the public. Let me come out here and perform. Let me shout out my new album, which her new album is coming out. Like I said, Pink Friday 2, November 17th. But she didn't even have to give us an exclusive. But the exclusive she chose, she called these B words out. She called them out directly. And for that, I was just like, yes, absolutely. It's just the way she rides on the beat, and also she did it without a backing track. Some other people who we'll talk about in the next topic, they had to have a backing track, and were just like they basically were just over there. Um, they basically were just over there, like basically lip singing. They're giving lip sync, you know, just giving lip sync. And so I don't understand why they think that they're talented because they can lip sync over something. Like, it was, why even perform if you're gonna lip sync like that? Um, and I don't know, it was just trash. A lot of it, like with Nicki Minaj, she came out with just directly the mic, the vocals. She can do it a cappella. I found an older clip where she like pretended as if the track messed up, the music messed up, and she said, "Well, I can do it a cappella," and she tore it up a cappella. And these new girls can't do that. These guys can't do that. I mean, some of the guys can because their music is so basic and boring that it's like, who cares if they, you know, if they don't, if they keep it like do, 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 like they do it live, like it sounds like nothing. But there's so much animation in her voice, so much passion, and she threw on a really great show. And about all these other people out there, um, shaking and trying to shake everything they can shake, da, 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 because they ain't got no talent, so they just try to shake and shake. And we'll talk about that in the next topic. She was able to stand out there on a stage, look sickening, not move hardly at all because she didn't need to because she was performing and her vocals gave. And people forget that she's a rapper, she's an artist, she's a musician. And so she was able to hold the whole show while being in one place looking sickening. um and I don't know, it makes me so emotional. Like, I watched that clip over and over again. And apparently the actual official sound for the new song came out. I would like to find it. I think it's on YouTube. But I can't wait for that album, you guys. I cannot wait for this new Pink Friday album. Pink Friday 2 album. Derek says Nikki is humble for real. She deserves it. Yes, she is. She keeps it real. And she told you that they were out there looking for her, that they were out there coming for her. And that there was corporations that were going against her, and she still survived it, still coming out strong. That shows you that the real cream rises to the top. When you have, what is that, when they put cream in water or something, like cream rises to the top, or like, I forget how it goes, whatever. Like, the real rises to the top, and she's gonna stay at the top. And I know, like, they think they pretend as if they look up to other people, but they look up to Nikki, and it shows. It shows. They wish they were Nikki, and they'll never be Nikki. Oh yeah, Rock. Um, Thank you, Derek. I see you, Derek, Mr. Dot. But yeah, so I just wanted to shout out Nicki Minaj and thank her for that amazing performance at the VMAs that we didn't deserve. We did not deserve that performance, but we got it, and I'm blessed. So thank you, Nicki Minaj, and that's it on that topic. We're gonna go to our next topic in a second. Let me get some tea. Let me sip some of this tea right here. Mm-mm-mm. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Well, all right, cool. So, Anitra, hello, Anitra. Hello, Treos. Is Treos laughing? Treos, what are you laughing at? Your boy TV says, "Good morning, Rocket. Good morning, your boy Ty." Aaron says, "Don't forget, everybody use creator code Rock Mercury in the item shop for all Epic games." Thank you so much. Yes, I am an Epic partner. Thank you guys for your support. A lot of you guys have been using my code. I've been very grateful for that. So, shout out to my code. Shout out to the Rock Mercury code. You know what? That's gonna be the next sponsor right now. We're gonna make that. I'll add that in right now. And for our next sponsor, I want to shout out. We're shouting out Epic Games, and Epic Games, Fortnite, Rocket. what is the other game? Rocket League, and other Epic games. Shout out to Epic Games. Thank you so much for your support of me as a streamer. I want you guys to all use my code Rock Mercury in the item shop. Anytime you're getting something in any of the Epic games, please use my code Rock Mercury. It really supports me. Thank you so much, you guys. Epic Games has been creating amazingly updated and exciting games consistently. I know that I played all day, and people say, "Oh, you need to get off Fortnite." No, I love it. It's they're constantly keeping it exciting. The artwork is amazing. So shout out to Fortnite for sponsoring this part of this segment of the episode. Use my code Rock Mercury in the Epic in the game shop or any of the Epic Game shops and item shops and stuff. Make sure that every 14 days you re-put it in because it does, it goes away. It resets every 14 days. So if you could please do that, I would be so grateful. Tommy said he's using my code. Thank you so much. I know a lot of you guys are using my code. And I'm just so grateful for your support. And thank you to the Fortnite team for your support as well. And shout out to the chief of creative who have just retired recently. I'm so thankful for the work that you put into Fortnite and making this an amazing game. And I'm happy that you're going to get to spend more time with your family. But shout out to him. Um, and yeah, I just want to just say that because I love Fortnite. I love Epic Games, and they're that's the sponsor for this next segment we'll talk about. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this next topic, which isn't going to be as kind. Possibly, I'm going to try my best to pick my words. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and do this next topic, and we're going to start. I'm going to drink a little more tea, and then we're going to start. Mm. Drinking some herbal tea my sister made, delicious. All right, here we go, and let me go ahead and reset. And our next topic of the day is about Cardi, Plan B, and Megan Little Pony. Card and Plan B and Megan Little Pony thought that they can come together for a WAP Part 2. And they made a song called Bongos, if you can call it a song. Um, I'll give them one thing. The beat itself is a decent beat, the actual beat of it. But you can't just make a whole song out of a beat. You need to have talent. You need to have writing, especially if you consider yourself a writer, sorry, a rapper. Um, I was unfortunately subjected to hearing this song because I wanted to make sure I researched for this topic. And it is just so lackluster, so try hard. It just shows that once an artist gets exposed for being the fraud that they are, they just try to shake and twerk and move, and they just try to shake and do everything they can to distract from the fact that there's no talent there. That's all I saw in that music video. If you listen to the song without the music video, it's barely listenable, barely listenable. Um, like I said, the beat itself saves it in a way, but it's like even that is like, oh, I don't know. You can't just use like a tropical beat that people are gonna dance to. Boom, 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 go, boom, boom. Like it's like okay, whatever. Like, um, it just makes me so upset when I think that this is the person that they're trying to pit against the Queen, Nicki Minaj, as if they're even in the same league. Um, Now, as some of you guys know, I do not like Cardi B. I do not. For Make the Stallion, I don't know. I've heard that Nicki Minaj is on talking and speaking terms with Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know if that's true or not. She's still sneak dissing her and stuff, and there was multiple sneak disses in this bongo song, including Meg Thee Stallion saying these H words pop pills, but I'm the one they can't take. Something, something, something. I'm gonna make something shake. I know these stiff H words can't relate. And she tried to throw digs at Nicki Minaj, saying that she's stiff and saying that she's popping pills or something. And it's like, girl, you fake flip flopping a B word. A B word. Like, are you really serious right now? You want to come for somebody who's done nothing but being kind to you as far as offering you a feature when you didn't deserve a feature on that trash summer song that what was that, Hot Girl Summer song? That song was only good because of Nicki Minaj feature on there. And now she wants to throw shade and stuff. Just because her, Nicki Minaj called her out for being an opportunist, which many people have spoken about Meg Thee Stallion being an opportunist and a alcoholic. That's something that people have said allegedly that she deals with. And so you want to throw more shade instead of trying to make peace, and you want to link up with Nicki Minaj's op and make another subpar song, let's not pretend that WAP was a really good song. They forced it upon us. And the only reason I'm talking about it right now is because they keep on pushing it. They keep on buying advertisements to push this mediocre trash song with her no rapping self. All she can do is put, some people put fashion on and they hide in the fashion. There's people like Jennifer Lopez, Tyra Banks, Beyonce, people who like put the fashion on and they make that fashion pop. When you have somebody like Cardi B, you basically just pulled a pig off the street and just put lipstick on it and threw it in something and to make the fashion's wearing her. The fashion is wearing her. It's hiding her. Like she has to cover as much as she can. She has to, distract from the fact that she has no talent and that her body has become botched. You can't go through all that plastic surgery to look like your idol, Nicki Minaj. She's trying to look like her, did not achieve that. So you can't just throw fashion over it and think like, oh, this is gonna work out, this would be fine. Some idiotic person in my comments says, I think Cardi B is better than Nicki. No hate, just my opinion. That person needs to get their ears checked, needs to get their eyes checked, needs to get their conscience checked. They need to look internally and realize that this trash music that this person's putting out is not even considered. It's not even considered a competition to the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. How are you guys going to let this racist person who's consistently done racist actions towards black women coming and attacking black women consistently, all because she's mad that her man is busy trying to find a black woman to replace her with because they're tired of her and all of the fillers and all of the chemical smell that I'm sure that Offset smells whenever he is even within a foot's distance of his wife Cardi B. I'm sure he feels like, doggone it, I made a mistake. But now it's so public, and now they both chase clout so much that they're stuck together. They're just clout buddies. Offset and Cardi are like clout buddies. They don't want them. They don't want. I'm sure Offset probably wants me more than he wants Cardi B. I don't want nothing to do with Offset. But what I've heard in the streets is that he be dipping and doing it in all kind of ways. And no matter what, a hole's a hole to him, and that's fine. Whatever, he's doing his thing. But ain't nobody want no Cardi B, but it's a clout situation, and they know that, and they're so cringe. I saw a video of them after the performance, or with the behind the stage, whatever, and they were like in the green room. They were in the green room, like doing back, pretending as if she's getting back shots by Offset, and it was so cringe. He had his face like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, look at me doing this!" Like and he's over there clapping for them after the performance. Oh yes, Cardi. Oh, knowing that they didn't eat. They didn't eat. Only one that ate on stage was Nicki Minaj yesterday on the VMAs. The only one that ate. All the other ones had to resort back to stripping, back to her origins of stripping. That's what Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, who I don't think was she a stripper? Was she a stripper too? I don't know if she was a stripper, but I guess she's realizing too she ain't got no talent. That song is trash. That song is literally trash. That bongos, whatever. Like that's what you had everybody waiting for, Cardi. That's what you had. You were so busy trying to sue Tasha K for telling the truth about you that you didn't have any time to like maybe learn how to write, to learn how to stop being illiterate. Maybe you had to learn how to stop throwing microphones at black women. I'm just so tired of this corporately endorsed clown, taking up space from real artists. Cardi B is not a real artist. She showed her true colors yesterday again, got on stage, came down on a pole, came down on a pole, and did a stripping lip sync dance. She's no different than a drag queen. But the only difference is that drag queens look better than her. But they both wear the same amount of makeup. Her and drag queens wear the same amount of makeup, same amount of all the bodysuits and all that crap to make themselves look presentable. But no, like the drag queens have more talent and they can dance better than her. Like, just go back to stripping at this point, like it's just so try hard and sad. And when Nicki Minaj came out, I heard that Cardi Plan B and um Megan the Little Pony like left the room. They couldn't even handle the heat. You're gonna go and take shots at somebody saying that they're stiff and that they're popping pills, but you're the one they can't take. You've been taken. In the words of the Queen Nicki Minaj, I don't F with horses since Christopher Reeves. You know, 700 on them horses when we pushing to leave. But I don't F with horses since Christopher Reeves because it's like these ponies will let anybody ride them. These ponies will let anybody ride them. If Offset lost all of his clout, Cardi B's out the door. Megan, I don't know what happened with the whole case and all those things. I think there's so much drama with the whole case with her and Tori, whatever. This is the first song she comes out and she's still hashing up old beef and doing basic lines. Her like entire verse was mid par, just mid. It was better than Cardi's part. I will say that Megan's verse was better than Cardi's, but still trash. Just a different flavor of trash. It's like recycle bin. It's like recycle bin, and then Cardi's verse was trash, and then Megan's verse was like recycle bin. Still trash. Both of them getting thrown off into the corner, on trash day. They're both getting taken out. Just different times they're getting taken out. You know how that works. Um, but yeah, it's so sad. Megan did look better than Cardi though, and Megan is a beautiful woman. She really could do better. She really could do better. She can come into her confidence and do better. And there's one Megan song that I actually liked. There's one that she had come out recently that was really kind of good. I forgot the name of that song, but it was pretty decent. But she has a natural beauty to her. She has a natural beauty, Megan does. But unfortunately, I can't say the same for Cardi. An old video before of Cardi being hypocritical, saying that women shouldn't be out there um, disrespecting. Women shouldn't be out there like doing surgeries and not loving who they are. When she looked all messed up and her face was a tore up disaster, like girl, that's hypocritical. And after all the surgery, you still ugly. That's all I gotta say on that. So, all right. Anyway, next topic. Next topic. Let me get some more of this delicious tea, herbal tea right now. Oh, mhm. Out there stripping on the MTV stage. When you have no talent, all you can do is shake. That's all they can do is shake when they have no talent. Let me go to the next topic. All right. The next sponsor of today's episode is Slay Real Estate for all your real estate needs. Slay Real Estate will support you whether you're buying investment properties, leasing, renting, because those are different in different states. Slay Real Estate wants to support you with connecting you with a top of the line real estate professional that can help you on your journey towards home ownership or whatever your real estate needs are. So check out slayrealestate.world or go to my website, rockmercury.com, click on partners, and you'll be able to connect with a person a team member at slayrealestate.world who will support you. All right. Whew. We have our next topic. So on something more exciting note, I know it's been a second. We're already on September 13th, and I meant to do this on September 5th because that was the day after Beyonce's birthday. Um, Oh wait, hold on. I knew I had to put the timer on for 2 minutes. All right, our next topic we're going to be talking about the Beyonce Renaissance concert. Um, I love the album Renaissance. First of all, and first of all, happy birthday. First of all, happy birthday to the Queen Beyonce. Oh my God, y'all know I love me some Beyonce. I will always love me some Beyonce. Um, and I just wish the most prosperous, healthy life for her because she has also blessed us with so much. She gives her heart and soul at these concerts. And although I personally would not be going to these concerts because I don't like going into crowds, I'm not a crowd person. I will be watching it. I'll be watching it multiple times when it comes out on DVD or not DVD. Oh my gosh, when it comes out on streaming because who knows? Like, nobody buys DVDs anymore. But when it comes out on streaming, I will be watching it because I can see all the right angles and everything. I'm excited for that, and I've been watching constantly on YouTube. People have been recording the whole doggone concert, so I kind of already seen it. But I'm excited for the real version of it. Her birthday was on the 4th. It was Beyonce Day, Bay Day. People showed out. I love the chromatic looks that they were giving the shiny. Like disco ball vibes and I loved it. Like I would if I was there, that's what I would be dripping in that chromatic kind of look. Um, I just happy birthday to her, and she had Diana Ross come out and sing happy birthday to her. How iconic is that? The boss they call her. They call Diana Ross the boss. That's what Kimpire. Shout out to Kimpire. I love Kimpire. I watch his show all the time on YouTube. But they call like Diana Ross, who I've always loved Diana Ross, and Tracy Ellis Ross. Shout out to her too. But oh my gosh, like she had Diana Ross come out there and sing happy birthday to her as she deserved. And just the fashion looks, oh my god, Beyonce every day Beyonce just comes out with another top of the line fashion look for every show. Her dancers all on point. Every like this is the production of it. Like we would never see a show like this ever before. And the only way we'll see anything better is when Beyonce comes out again. And after like 6 more years or something, or five, or however more years she'll take before the next album. I hope the new album is already in the works. But I know that there's been a little bit of drama between the concert, and I love that how she addressed it. I know at one point Erica Badu was like, "Girl, that's my hats." The big brim when she wears the top hats with the big, huge brim around there. And Erica Badu's known for wearing those kind of hats in many other types of fashion. And so I loved how she had this part in the concert where she like mentions our different queens during the Queen remix of "Break My Soul." Um, and "To Break My Soul," yeah, I think that's the Queen remix of that. And anyway, so when she does that, she says "Badu, Badu, Badu, Badu." She's like, I'm shouting out Badu right now. Like Beyonce is funny. Like she will come out and just directly, like she'll directly respond within a song, like creatively. And I love that type of responses. I love that the like coming at it with creativity instead of drama. She doesn't respond to things the way a lot of other artists do, and they get in the mud with it. And so I don't know, I loved it. I thought that was hilarious. And I hope Badu feels that love, because I'm a huge fan of Erica Badu as well. Because she was Erica Badu. You were definitely shady for how you came at Beyonce, talking about. I guess everybody's inspiration. Beyonce loves you. You guys have private conversations on the phone, and you also know that Beyonce's situation is what it is. And I won't go into that too much, but Jay Z, we watching you, Jay Z. We watching you. I always have an eye on Jay Z, so I always am like, mm-hmm. But anyways, I hope that they're having a beautiful family, because I do believe in family, and I believe people grow and heal, and I hope their relationship is stronger than ever. I will say that it's a beautiful, amazing thing to see Blue Ivy out there on tour with her mother. And I had to check somebody. I had to check Miss Tasha K, who I'm a big supporter of Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K. But she was trying to come for Blue Ivy, talking about, oh, she's stiff on stage and da. Like, how you gonna report that Beyonce allegedly got injured? Who knows how she got injured? Some people say she got injured while during rehearsal. Some people say that Solange had a fight. Her and Solange had a fight, and there was, an injury that incurred on her leg, and that's why she's been moving a little slower at the beginning of the tour. But how you gonna report that and then talk about Blue Ivy? Because Tasha K reported that. But how you gonna to report that and then speak on how Blue Ivy may be acting stiff or whatever, um, or not really dancing as much as that she thinks she should for her age or whatever. I believe that Blue Ivy was matching her mother's energy, because like her mother possibly and kind of visibly looked a little bit injured for certain performances. Like she was going, like she works hard. She'd be dancing her for her life, you know. And so I love that Blue Ivy heard that. She heard that criticism, and she came even harder. And the next show she went in. I mean, she's been going in. I love the performances from the beginning, but it was just I just love that, like, they don't let people they don't get torn down. They go above it. They go above the situation. It's like, no, I'm going to directly to show you that I'm that B word. I'm that one. Like even when the whole elevator situation happened with Beyonce and Solange and Jay Z and everything, like she didn't even mention anything in the public. All they did was directly come out with, of course, sometimes things go down when there's $1 billion in the elevator. Of course, sometimes things go down when there's $1 billion. Like what? Like that is the way. That is the way right there. And so I really loved it. Um, I really love to see Beyonce just like come at the haters and come at the drama with her talent. She just slaps people with her talent, and there is no mistaking that Beyonce is the amazing mother, an amazing performer, and I know that we are going to be seeing a lot more Blue Ivy coming up. I think that she's priming her or conditioning her to be that next global superstar, that next global level, like there she is that girl. She is that girl, and so we do this. But watch out for Blue Ivy because she has it in her eyes that she's ready. She's ready. She's been having that focus, that intention, and so I'm excited for what Blue Ivy is going to be bringing to the table as far as like how what her artistry is going to be like. What is the Blue Ivy song going to sound like? Will it be a mixture between Beyonce and her aunt Solange? Who, by the way, I love Solange. I think Solange is a very great artist. I know some things behind the scenes about her that is, she's so spicy, but I like that. I like a little spiciness. It's all good. Shout out to Solange. Her music is amazing. She's a huge reason why Beyonce's music continues to evolve. And so like they're an amazing together. So I wonder what because Blue Ivy is around Solange a whole lot, and also she's around her mother Beyonce a lot. And so it's like I wonder how that music is going to combine and what it's going to be because I think she'll be somewhere in between those two. When I think about her artistry, then her dad's Jay Z, and I feel a certain way about Jay Z and his faithfulness to Beyonce, and like the bigger picture with their marriage. But I can't deny that Jay Z is an amazing rapper, an iconic, epic rapper. There's nobody like Jay Z. When it comes to his skill, when it's on a track, when he puts it on wax, it's done. It's done. It's over. Um, so shout out to Jay Z. Shout out to Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy, we see you. And shout out to Beyonce. I love that she has everyone coming to her concerts in their amazing chrome looks, like it's a club, that they're coming to an event to go dance and they're part of the show. That's a beautiful way to do that. Like she said, she had said some at some point when people were like, "Oh, where are the visuals? Where are the visuals?" And she said, "You guys are the visuals. You are the visuals." She said to them and to us. But I do want to know, Beyonce, where the F are the visuals? We know you filmed them. We know you filmed the visuals for the Renaissance album. We've seen clips of it. Where are they? We need to. It's been a year. It's been over a year at this point. Or maybe it's been a year exactly. But no, not a year. It's been over a year, I think, because I've been here a year, and I remember the album came out before I came to Texas. So where the visuals at? You look sickening in those visuals. We need those visuals. We need them now. It's our visuals. We need them now. Like Beyonce, you need to put her team. Somebody needs to leak. Somebody needs to leak all the music videos for the Renaissance album. You know, I should be wearing my Renaissance shirt. It's in my closet right now. I have four of them. I bought four Renaissance shirts. Love them. I'm kind of mad though because when I washed them, I think I used the wrong soap or something, and I just feel like I don't know. I think you just use sensitive soap and use it. It's an amazing quality shirt. I just think the soap I used may have been too harsh, and so I'm hoping that it doesn't like permanently mess it up. But yeah, anyways, I love my Beyonce shirts. Um, and I just want to know where the visuals are at because, girl, like what? Yes, queen. So shout out to Beyonce. Thank you for putting on the greatest show. She's gonna make like $1 billion in this. They're saying that she's gonna make like $1 billion on this tour, as she deserves. So shout out to Beyonce. Oh, oh my goodness. Somebody said, "What's up, man? I see you on my FYP page every day, your For You page every day. Thank you for being here, and thank you for TikTok for supporting me." Um, Splinky Cake says, "How are you today?" I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I have one more topic to discuss. Um, this next topic is not the most, not the most family friendly topic, but I gotta talk about it because, yeah, I gotta talk about it. Because I'm a fan of the show. Let me see. Let me find. Let me go ahead and um. mm, mm, mm. Hold on, y'all. Let me go. I have to go to make sure I say this right. Gotta make sure I say it right. I'm looking right on the side right now. What's the topic? The topic is about Rick and Morty. We're gonna be discussing some Rick and Morty topics right now. So I can find the video. I can't play the video, but I just wanted to reference it while I'm discussing this next topic. Okay, so basically, this is all right. Well, first, let's talk about our sponsor. Our next sponsor for today is rockmercury.com. please visit rockmercury.com. We have tons of fashion on there that I designed personally, and all kind of other things that we keep you updated on the rockmercury.com, including a podcast. These episodes will begin to be uploaded to the podcast as well, so it's available everywhere on all podcast platforms. But rockmercury.com is where you can always keep up with everything Rock Mercury. There's also an app. So please, please, please go to the App Store, download the Rock Mercury app right away. Leave me a great review, please. I would really gratefully appreciate that. It's on Apple App Store and also the Google App Store as well. So thank you guys so much for that. Rockmercury.com. Thank you for sponsoring this next segment. All right. So this next topic, let's drink this tea. Let's drink this tea. Uh, uh, let's sip on this water. Mm, mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now, I feel some kind of way about this. I feel some kinds of way about this. So, Justin Rowland. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and start this timer. Our next topic is about one of the creators of Rick and Morty, Justin Rowland. Justin Rowland is the co-creator of Rick and Morty, and recently he has faced a large amount of controversy. And today we'll be diving deep. Well, we're not diving deep. We're going to be diving into some of the the dark truths behind the situation. Now, whew, this is a tough one for me because I am a fan of Rick and Morty as a show. And who we're talking about right now, Justin Rowland, is the original voice of Rick and Morty and the creator of them. And if you watch the show, you can obviously tell while you're listening to it that a lot of it is improv. You can tell that a lot of this stuff wasn't written straight directly. Like, how writers, people are on the writer's strike right now, and they're just writing every line for a show. Yes, the show does have a structure and there is certain writing in the show, but you can tell by the cadence of the show and that some of it is improv. And so with that being said, even though Rick and Morty is renewed for another season, it's going to be without Justin Rowland because he has been fired on the spot. Now we're going to talk about why this happened, and I've avoided this, to be honest, because as a big fan of Rick and Morty, I don't want to see this type of situation happening to somebody who I look up to, as far as like for in the comedy world. And the comedy, it's one of my favorite shows, Rick and Morty. I've watched every single episode multiple times. So when I saw this case come out, and when I saw um, I can't say some of the words. SA. There's uh, there is SA accusations, if you know what I mean, which starts with an S, which starts with an A. Can I say abuse? I don't know. There's some allegations about his behavior and his conduct in his intimate relationships that have landed him in a very sticky situation. And I thought that was it, and that is enough. If I For the victims out there, I've been a victim myself of domestic violence. With my ex marriage, that was a very toxic marriage. My ex actually tried to take my life multiple times. So thankful to be alive. So shout out to the survivors out there of domestic situations, domestic A word. Because I can't say that word on here, I think. Anyway, it's so weird what you can't say. I can't stand censorship. Oh, I can't stand censorship, and maybe that's why I like the Rick and Morty show because there's it seems very uncensored, and they say all kind of craziness out there. But that wasn't everything, and that was a lot. Like that right there is enough to have multiple women coming out against him about his behavior. The other part that took me for a loop was something that is a big issue in Hollywood, which is people dealing with underage people inappropriately, inappropriate dealings with underaged people. And what I discovered in my research for this topic has honestly disturbed me, and it's left me in a space where I'm like, what do I do as a supporter of Rick and Morty? I'm already nervous about the new show coming out and it having a new voice because they recasted the voice for Rick and Morty, and it's going to be somebody else, not Justin Rowland. So the whole show's going to be different because it takes his personality to make Rick and Morty as the characters they are. But then it kind of puts a twisted context around some of the jokes that are made in Rick and Morty, some of the very inappropriate jokes, especially in the with the minors. Rick and Morty is a show about a grandpa, an evil genius scientist grandpa, and his grandson who travel all through his very underage grandson. Um, like who travel through the galaxies and go to different portals and go into all types of very sticky situations, and the jokes are very adult. It's very not safe for work kind of show. um and he has been there's been a lot of evidence has come up against him, that has shown that he has had very inappropriate dealings with underage people. Allegedly, he's saying he's innocent, but all I gotta say is that Rick and Morty, the actual show itself and the producers behind it, immediately fired him and separated themselves from the situation the second that they did their own internal research. Now Rick and Morty makes millions and millions of dollars, millions and millions. I want to say hundreds of millions at this point. Like, it's a huge brand. And so they're going to always do their own internal investigation before things get to the full press, before it gets all out and everything, no matter what the case is going on. Like, because, the court system is slow. It's a slow court system. But if you have a lot of money, you can hire private investigators and get to the bottom of a situation before the court even he sees it. And they hired and did their own internal investigation, and based on what they found, they immediately fired and separated ways. And so that is terrifying to see them do that with the person who's literally the voice and the creator of the two main characters in the show, and other characters as well. He's the voice of. Um, there's been pictures that have come out with Justin Roland with underage people. These pictures are very disturbing. Um, the text messages that have been leaked, the DMs and text messages that were leaked about, you know, that part right there made me look some way at Hammond or Dan Harmon, which is his co-creator, is Justin Roland and Dan Harmon, who are the creators of Rick and Morty. So Dan Harmon's still there, but he has allegations as well, allegedly, not or they're allegations, and he settled outside of court. When people settle outside of court, most of the time, allegedly, I have to keep saying allegedly, most of the time, it's because they're trying to get ahead of something and trying to, mute it before it gets bigger because they know they're guilty. You don't really settle outside of court unless you're like in a situation like Michael Jackson, where a lot of that's a whole different story. But he was trying to. Some people, like, they, even if they're innocent, they may settle outside of court, but like not as soon as this situation happened. Like when Dan was getting accused of sexual a word, um, he immediately settled. He made like he settled out of court. He didn't want this to be out in the public, but he's still there. So I'm like, they were in a lot of these things together, and so I feel some kind of way about this whole situation. I don't know what's going to be the future of Rick and Morty. I'm not really excited to see the new season, and I've watched every season, every episode. I'm nervous because I don't want the show to be ruined for me. So much has been ruined. But if these accusations are true and these pictures, I've seen the pictures, I've seen the DMs, I am honestly shook and disturbed by these things. His lawyers are constantly saying, Justin Rowland's lawyers are constantly saying, "Oh, we're going to prove his innocent, and these are frivolous accusations, and how dare they?" All this kind of stuff. But he still got fired immediately. And if he was fired for wrongful termination, Rick and Morty, as a multi-million-dollar industry or empire that it is, they'll be getting the heck sued out of them. If he was innocent, he would already be suing the heck out of them for wrongful termination. So I'm confused. I'm just like, oh my god, what do we do? Fortnite just released another, or re-released another Rick and Morty bundles. um, and I play Fortnite, and I have all the Rick and Morty bundles. And I'm, like I said, I'm a supporter. We have actual merchandise of Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick. We have a little, like, a full figure, and we have blankets and stuff. We support the Rick and Morty show, and I've literally paid into it. And so it's so disturbing to hear these accusations. He's not in prison. I think they took him out. I think he like got bail or something when they arrested him. he bailed himself out, or his people bailed him out. I don't know. That doesn't prove innocence in any way. But I just I don't know. Like, what do we do as a Rick and Morty supporters? Are we able to separate the artist from the art in this particular case, when the art itself is inspired by some of the depravity that he's being accused of? It changes the jokes. Like, there's a lot of inappropriate jokes that we were able to laugh at before we knew the backstory of what he actually allegedly did to these people and to these younger and to women and to the underage people. Like, there's interviews of him speaking about these things and speaking about really inappropriate things about minors. Like, even even the in theory part, like there's interviews of him saying it. Like, he's been saying these things, and it's like it just all is so different now. It just makes me it makes it hard. Like, I'm gonna have a hard time watching the show now. Um, and I'm not for like a cancel culture situation, but if these are true, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I would suggest you look into it if you are a fan as well and make your own decision. But I am still in shock about what I've read and what I've researched and the pictures I've seen. I'm in shock. So that's all on that. That's all I'll say on that. Whew. I don't know. Will you guys be watching the new season if he is convicted of all these things? Anybody who's on live right now, will you guys be watching the season? This segment's over right now, but like I want to kind of know if anybody in here who's also a fan of Rick and Morty, if he is convicted of this, will you be able to still watch the episodes? And to be a fan or supporter, um, I know a lot of people like to separate it, but like, are you able to when it comes to underage situations like that? Like, that's just you know I know, like, once I found out a lot of things about James Charles was true, I immediately was like, "No, like, I can't f with you. Like, I can't support you. I can't defend you." And he blocked me. Thankfully, people like James Charles, he blocked me on Instagram and on Twitter for calling him out, and I will call him out again. I don't like that. I want to protect the youth against these criminals. You know, I know that a lot of my audience is younger audience, and I try my best to be the best influence I can be. I've changed a lot of my content so that I can be more family friendly, and I'm still working on that because I've lived I've had a dark past of being a victim myself of a lot of dark things that have happened to me. I don't want to ever put somebody into that situation to where they're feeling victimized or whatever. So I don't I feel some kind of way about this Rick and Morty situation. It's so tough when I'm a super fan of the show, and it just makes my head hurt. Like, even right now, I thought, like, rub my head because I'm like, oh, like, really, this is what's going on right now. So I don't know, you guys. It's a tough one, but I don't know. I guess that nobody's commenting on it right now. So Amadi said, "What's up, beautiful? No meal today. I am gonna be eating soon. I'm gonna eat it as soon as I get off of here. I'm like, God, I'm tired now after this show, but I am gonna still be eating. Super excited to eat. Love eating, of course. Um, so shout out to everyone for being here today. Thank you guys for showing up. Hope you guys join my mukbang when I eat. Maybe I'll eat on live with you guys. Um, yeah, that's my topic. So today we talked about Nicki Minaj and her amazing performance at the VMAs. We talked about Cardi Plan B and Megan Little Pony being basic and being Nicki Minaj's sons that, are undeserving to even be in her presence. We talked about Beyonce and her amazing Renaissance tour, um, and uplifting her daughter Blue Ivy to be the next queen of the industry. And then we talked about Rick and Morty and the Justin Roiland drama that has just taken a lot of Rick and Morty fans by storm, and we're just shocked and don't know what to do about it. So, all right. Shout out to the victims of those situations. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a tough one. Anyways, Rock on Mercuryans, we'll see you very soon on the next episode of Rock Mercury for the show. But I'll be back again probably within the next few minutes eating some delicious breakfast. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be some kind of breakfast. So I'll be eating that, and I'll get back on Fortnite after that. So Rock on Mercuryans, I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for 3.8 thousand likes. You guys are so kind for your support, and I look forward to seeing y'all very soon. Bye, Rockers and Mercuryans. Thank you so much. Peace out.